Hello, all you lovely little weirdos. I am Global Outcast, and that is my co-host.
The anime shogun, who's not a pedo like this guy.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
just
no, it's
no.
okay. It's okay. We know you're not. We know you're not. We know you're related to one.
But today we are talking about, well,
Drugs.
yes, drugs.
Hey, tell me Smallville ain't drugs. All right, fuck you.
That should give you guys a hint. We're talking about today. We're talking about
Bleep,
Superman.
bleep, 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 bleep. That's all, folks. Fuck it. Let's get on with it.
Words are hard.
Fucking apparently, because you
Yep.
got fucking Porky the Pig over here.
Hey, Porky
Bleep,
the
bleep,
Pig.
bleep, 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 bleep.
Hey, Porky the Pig was awesome. All right, shut up. But today we're talking about Superman. Pretty much comics first. Well, he's pretty much notified as pretty much comics first superhero, even though there's superheroes beforehand. They just weren't popular.
Yeah, I feel like he was the biggest.
Yeah, he was the biggest, although he had some weird stories. Like,
Eh, like fucking his cousin. Hey,
oh, there was a comic where he went to an alternate universe and he married Supergirl.
why am I not surprised?
There's also a comic in the '70s where Lois Lane went black
Wait, wait, wait.
for a story. She went black for a story. She
Uh,
went black.
How? How? You? Oh Jesus! This
It
is.
was
I'm. s-
it was either the '70s or I think it was the '70s. It was the '70s. All right, '70s were a weird time.
Yeah, that's why I was like, nope. I'm gonna shut up because it was the fucking '70s, and you can't really say shit with back then because weirdly enough,
It's not the story that
it
I
was.
broke you with, though.
No, no, it wasn't, and we're not going to talk about that. Maybe if we ever do an adult episode, then yeah, but no. More along the lines of what was it like today? If you look at way things are today, everybody is about everything. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah, but anyways,
like I feel like that was the time when it was okay. You know what I mean?
oh, it was something, all right. But anyways, who was your Superman and why?
Who was my Superman? That would be Smallville.
Good choice. Good choice.
Smallville, help me out here. I'm forgetting his name.
Tom Welling.
Thank you. Tom Welling. He will forever be the Superman for me.
He was a
Not
lot of people's first Superman too.
not well, he wasn't my first Superman, but he was my favorite Superman, mind you.
Yeah,
But that being said, Brandon Ruth is another good Superman that was my favorite.
he was an amazing Superman.
Brandon Ruth was one of my favorites. My favorite, hands down, out of everybody, though, when it comes to a Superman villain, was the guy who did Lex Luthor.
In which one?
Smallville.
Okay, yep. Fun fact: he played the Flash in the DC animated universe. I didn't know that, and I geeked out when I heard that. He played a both superhero and supervillain. That's awesome shit right there.
Right.
But yeah, he was an amazing Lex Luthor. I loved him as Lex Luthor. You could tell he oozed Lex Luthor's confidence.
Oh, yeah. He was my favorite, hands down.
Oh yeah, he was an amazing one. My favorite my Superman would have to be the DC animated one with Kevin Conroy as his Batman. Um, there's a guy who created it. They call it his universe. I forget his name of it, but he pretty much created that universe with Superman and all that stuff. and he was mine because I used to sit there Saturday mornings and watch them with my mother, and it was amazing. I loved it. Him and
Right.
him and Darkseid. Oh my god, the Darkseid episode when he just wrecks Darkseid. And he talks about telling Darkseid that I'm walking around in a world of cardboard. I don't have to hold back with you, and he just freaking wrecks him.
Yeah, it kind of makes you really underestimate Superman's true actual strength.
Yeah, my and so before I go into the next question, why is Smallville your Superman?
It's how do I put it? It's basically like look at a lot of the movies, okay?
Hmm.
The movies had sorry, I'm trying to think of a great way to word this. Uh Smallville Superman just kind of made me feel more like it was the everyday life of Superman.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, Superman had his, but it was one of those, like, you see these people show up like Aquaman, Flash. You see them show up, and it's not so much like a Justice League movie. It's more basically like it's the life of Superman, and you're kind of seeing what his day to day life would be outside, and just what was life like for him, kind of growing up.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's what drew a lot of people to Smallville because it was Superman before he was Superman. You didn't see the costume on Tom Welling till like the last second of the final season.
Right, right.
I just wish they would have added Batman into that. God, that pissed me off.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool, but at the
But
same time,
the Green Arrow.
being
Sorry to interrupt you, but the Green Arrow we got was pretty fucking amazing.
right, like I was gonna say, it's not bad, but I feel that it was good for the time.
Oh yeah, it really was. They did a lot of firsts with that with the DC Comics. The first Blue Beetle was in that show. I think the first live action Cyborg was in that show, and I think the first Aquaman maybe. I don't know if there was a live action Aquaman beforehand. I really don't.
I don't remember.
But I know the dude who plays Jack Reacher and on Blue Mountain State, he was Aquaman, and he did an amazing one.
Sad fucking castle. My
but
boy Thad.
but my next question was going to be what? Fuck, I had a question too. My brain fart. Brain fart. What drew you to the show?
What, the Smallville show?
Yeah, what drew you to the Smallville show?
Just like I said, it was for me. It was kind of like you saw Lex Luthor before he was Lex Luthor. You saw Superman before he was Superman. You kind of got to see you got to kind of peek into what it was like for Superman as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's just for me, that's what it was.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of like, hey, this is kind of like the peek into what life is going to look like with Superman, like kind of like a behind the scenes look, and it was kind of like that's cool.
Yeah. And I liked his. I liked he had a. I liked he had. I think that show was the first show that added like a behind like an Oracle without the Oracle type of thing because they had Chloe who was like the eyes and ears, and in the beginning of seasons he had his best friend who was like his right hand man to help him along the way, and other shows kind of copied that at going forward, and I think Smallville was the first one to do that, which was amazing. And we can't talk
Right.
and we can't talk about Superman without talking about Christopher Reeve Superman. What's your opinion on that one?
It's been so long since I've seen it, so I haven't really done much for it. I know I'm a horrible human being, but that's okay. But I still think he was by far one of the best Supermen.
Yeah, he really was. He really was. Sadly, the fourth one didn't do so well. They kind of shit on it.
But now that being said, like I said, I didn't really watch much of his. But because the very first Superman, I remember I probably saw them as a kid watching like the not so much the cartoons. I mean, yeah, you've got the cartoons, but not quite referring to them. For me, it was more believe it or not, the first Superman I actually got into was Brandon Ruth's.
Okay. Yep.
The Superman Returns.
Yep. That one was supposed to, if I remember correctly, and if I remember correctly hearing, I don't know if it's true or not. That one was supposed to be almost like a continuation of Christopher Reeve's Superman.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I don't remember what they had said.
But what's your favorite Superman? Like, not counting the uh, live action ones. What's your favorite animated like Superman movie that you've seen? Because I got mine.
Think I'd have to go with, I think it was Justice League. I think it was Justice League.
Not counting the live actions.
Yes, I think it was called the Justice League. I think it was just because the episode I'm thinking of, it was Martian Manhunter was in a like I want to say Antarctica or somewhere. He was in a mountain. It was what was it? It was Martian Manhunter showed up. It was like the first two episodes,
Okay.
and Martian Manhunter was locked in a government area, and Superman could kind of hear Martian Manhunter. And I think Batman was like tracking him or something. Somehow Batman showed up and these aliens started shooting at Batman's plane because you see Superman literally busting through this government facility and you
Yep.
find out that the people there are actually like the aliens that took over Mars.
Yep. The white Martians,
Yes.
I believe, is what they call them. My favorite Superman movie would have to. I can't remember the name of it, but he fought against a British dude who could use telepathy, and he had his own
On
judge.
against the British
And he
dude.
had his own Justice League, and he lied. His name, I think his name was like Billy something. And the reason why I like it is he at the because they were killing people. They took out people, and that's not what Superman does. And everyone was going for more for them, and Superman's fame was kind of going down. Why don't you kill people? And he was kind of proven. And at the end of it, he proved people that if you kill people, it's a path you can't get away from. And he fucking wrecks everybody in like that scene, pretending that he's lost his mind. And at the end of it, he walks up to Lois Lane, and she goes, "Don't." And he goes, "Please don't ever do that." She goes, "Don't ever do that again." And he goes, "If I ever do that again, stop me." And it just goes to show you how much restraint Superman puts on himself in order for the people of Earth not to see him as, a fearful ruler or a god in any way, shape, or form. He wants people to see him as a hero, someone who's protecting them, protecting Earth. He's Earth's protector.
Right.
That is by far one of my favorite movies. Although there's a lot of great Superman movies. But yeah, the Justice League TV show and the Justice League Unlimited did a lot of good stuff too.
Right.
But I think my favorite Justice League episode would probably have to be. Ooh, that's a tough one. That one's a contender. What you talked about, and I think the episode where they get turned into kids.
Yup. Yup.
That one was pretty good too.
Green Lantern needs glasses to see.
Yeah,
But all right, let's yeah.
yeah, he's an amazing guy. He's pretty cool. What what Superman villain besides Lex Luthor would you want him to fight in a future movie? I would love to see
Huh.
Parasite.
Parasite would be interesting. That's for sure. Um, I don't know. Is it somebody that I could choose from that's already been done or no?
Yeah, you can choose from anyone that's been done, but excluding Lex Luthor, because kind of like the Joker, Batman's Joker, it's been overdone. He's like in almost every single movie. So
Yeah, yeah.
excluding Lex
I don't
Luthor.
know. I would like to see more of Superman either against Darkseid or God, who else was I thinking of? Starts with a K, I believe. He was in the live action Justice League.
Okay, okay.
Maybe it wasn't a K, but God, what was his?
The only other one I'm thinking about is General Zod.
No, not Zod. They put Zod's body in, and they made him
Doomsday?
Doomsday. Thank you. Yes, Doomsday is who I'm thinking of. I would like to see a little bit more of Doom. No, no. You know who I really want to see Superman go against?
Who?
Solomon Grundy.
Ooh, Solomon Grundy. That would be good because that would could also hint in a bigger universe too for the DC universe too.
Well, not only that, but Grundy was. I think they even consider Grundy to be a Superman villain.
I don't know. I don't know who's I don't know because he shows up in a lot of people's fucking villains.
Yeah, he's kind of everybody's villain.
But yeah, I'd love to see a Doomsday one. Oh my god, Superman versus Doomsday movie. Oh my god, that'd be beautiful. Mongol of War World. Oh, that'd be so beautiful.
Right.
Maybe Superman versus the Main Man.
The main man.
Yeah, I forget his name, but he's the main man. He rides a space motorcycle.
Oh, starts with like a B, I believe.
Yeah.
He's the bounty hunter.
Yep.
So like intergalactic bounty hunter.
Yep. He's the main man. Calls himself the main man.
Yeah, they want the way they modeled him in the animated series. I think he would be a perfect role. Danny Trejo would be a perfect role for him.
Oh yeah, I think Danny Trejo would be an amazing role for him. Yeah, I'd love to see him versus him because oh, dude, that'd be an amazing fight.
Lobo.
Lobo, thank you.
I knew there was a B in there somewhere.
I'm not really a Lobo fan. He's cool, but I'm not really a fan.
Oh yeah, I grew up watching a lot of Lobo. Like when Lobo showed up with the fucking Harley and shit, I was like fucking like.
Yep, Lobo. I think he would be an amazing one.
Oh man, yeah, he was good.
Having him fight Lobo would be amazing. Lobo wouldn't even have to be the main villain. He could be someone that another villain who is smart and intelligent, like the humanoid, that gray gorilla with the giant fucking brain in one of the episodes.
Uh,
I think he's called the humanoid.
what was the ape in Flash?
Grodd.
Okay.
But he was like a gray or silver gorilla. He had a giant brain, the humanoid. I think that was his name. But someone like him,
Humanite.
Humanite,
Ultra
thank you.
Humanite.
Yes,
That's what his name was. Ultra Humanite.
I know there's human in there somewhere, but maybe having him as a Superman villain tricks Lobo into thinking Superman is some sort of baddie or something, and Lobo has to take him out, and then Lobo eventually finds out, hey, he's not really bad. That dude tricked me. I'm gonna go fuck him up, and it would just be funny. Before we go,
Right.
what was your take on Henry Cavill's Superman?
Good. Good. The only thing I didn't so much like about his, and this was probably at first, it felt very much like a frat boy was trying to fight.
That's what a lot of people have determined what Superman is. He was always more of a brawler, rather than a
No,
striker.
no, 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 no. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm not referring to a brawler. I am referring to it feels more like he was just a frat boy. There's a
Oh,
difference between being like a brawler, because you could be a brawler and be hands down one of the best, be
true,
a great fighter.
true.
It didn't quite feel like he was the brawler. It felt more like he was just, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it just it didn't feel like he was really good at fighting at all. Like he was just like that frat boy. Like, oh, you talked about my beta house, so I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna hit ya.
I get it. I liked it, but I felt like something was whole. It didn't feel like Henry Cavill's Superman was as hopeful as Superman should be, because Superman in the DC universe is hope.
Yeah, is it just me or did it kind of feel like Henry's was more like a darker Superman?
Yeah, it felt more darker, which was which was a decent take on it. Don't get me wrong, but it just felt. It didn't feel like DC's Superman. It felt like a Superman in a world. It just didn't feel like DC's Superman. And it just, I liked it, but if Henry Cavill, I believe, got what he wanted, which was to be the nerd that he is and play a DC Superman, I think we would have gotten a lot better Superman. Because he loved playing Superman. As soon as they wanted them, as soon as Zack Snyder kind of got out and they were trying to rein in the DC universe, you could kind of see a little bit of DC's Superman kind of shining through a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Zack Snyder's universe is a pretty decent universe. It's just it didn't to me it didn't click with me, and it just didn't feel right. So, but yeah, and like when you see him in little cameos and everything like that, you could see a little bit of hinting of DC's Superman shining through, which was amazing.
Right.
Is there any takes on Superman you would want to see, or you think you, or you would want to see, or you would want to see, or you would you think have already been shown? You just don't know.
Mm, I think I'd like to see more of the like super genius kind of Superman,
Okay.
if
Okay.
that makes more sense.
Kinda, yeah. Superman is pretty intelligent. Not as intelligent
Yeah,
as
I'm talking like the scientist version though.
yeah, yeah. Superman is
I think I'd like to see that a little bit more.
yeah. Superman is intelligent. Don't get anyone wrong, but he's not as intelligent as Mister Terrific, Flash, or fucking Batman. But yeah,
Well, but see, that's just it. A lot of people would argue with you that he is smarter than Batman.
um, those people are wrong. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to have
Uh,
a it's okay
uh,
to have a wrong opinion. It really is.
and just like that, you've managed to trigger our whole audience.
I'm not saying Batman would whoop Superman's ass. I'm saying they're wrong. Superman would whoop Batman's ass any day of the fucking week.
Would you shut up? You're gonna piss these people off, dude.
No, Superman would whoop Batman's ass, hands down. And I'm a Batman
Just,
fan.
just, just stop. Just stop while you're ahead now. For the sake of our viewers, just stop.
I'm a Batman fan. You know this. I'm a Batman fan. I love
I
me some
do know
Batman.
this, but stop while you're ahead. You are gonna piss these people off so badly.
I would love to see Superman fight alongside other universes Superman. I think that'd be cool.
That or hear me out. Superman versus Superman, like in the one episode that they did.
That would be cool.
You know where they went and they got Superman and
Yeah, that would
he
be awesome.
shows up and they're all like and he's like, "You call this good?"
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'd love to see like all like something like that, like him facing like the Justice Lords something like the Justice Lords or Ultraman, or maybe a movie where or an animated movie where he has to fight alongside President Superman, where Superman they modeled Superman after Barack Obama and he's black and he's the president of the United States. Or Earth 2 Superman, who is General Zod's son. Yeah, General Zod had a son, sent him to Earth 2, and boom, Black Superman who started off as a pacifist.
Right.
Thought I broke you there for a second.
Nope, nope. I'm still here.
But yeah, I'd love to see something like that. But yeah, having someone have them fight something along the line of like the Justice Lords would be an amazing homage to the animated series,
Right.
which would be amazing. Because that would be a oh dude, I'm having such a nerd moment right now. If you could kill off any Superman character, who would it be? Excluding Superman, of course.
Does it have to be a superhero or can it be any character?
Any character from Superman's lineup, be it friends, family, villains, and how would you do it?
Lois Lane from Smallville.
How would you do it and why?
Have Lex Luthor. No, I don't know if I'd actually have Lex Luthor accidentally kill her,
Okay,
but I would go along that route somehow.
okay. I would probably going back to the Smallville thing. I would probably go to Chloe and have probably not Lex Luthor, probably his father, Lionel,
Okay.
and have it where Superman has to deal with the death before the death of his father, and so he has to reconcile and understand that people are going to die, and he can't save everybody. Something like that.
Okay. That's not bad.
Because it's still
I don't know. I only reason I don't think I'd kill off Chloe and the reason I think I'd kill off Lois is just because for me, uh it felt like Chloe was more there supportive. Like you knew at some point I think they even had it where she was like in love with him.
oh yeah, she was.
But I think for me that was more of it was more of I think I enjoyed more Chloe than I did anybody else.
Yeah. Although the chick who played Lois Lane, she got Lois Lane's character down flat, hands down.
Is that a good thing or a bad
Oh,
thing?
that's a good thing. Lois Lane was an amazing. Lois Lane is the epitome of boss, in my opinion.
Right, right. So that being said, like I said, it wasn't bad for me, but I didn't so much like Lois Lane in Smallville. So I would have just killed her.
So are you in the camp? Clark should have gotten with Chloe instead of Lois.
Mm, not necessarily, because of the fact that I liked him with Chloe. I thought that they did kind of make a very good like couple. That doesn't mean that I'm in that camp of throw them in the fucking same ring together.
Okay.
I probably would have found because if I remember correctly, there was another chick that was kind of like Superman's fling in Smallville, and I didn't get a chance to finish it. But during Smallville, it was the part where Clark wasn't even living in town anymore. He was living in like the big city.
That
I
was
don't
a lot.
remember if it was actually like Metropolis
Yeah, that was a
or
lot
what,
of. But yeah, that was a lot of Lang. Sorry,
yeah, thanks for interrupting me, asshole.
no problem.
But yeah, I would probably have it where he was kind of doing that little flyboy kind of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, that was Lana Lang he got in with. Yeah, he got in with a few people. I don't know if he dated not Lois, but I don't know if he dated Chloe for a bit. I don't know. I know she got with Green Arrow.
Yeah, I don't. I remember that she had a crush on him. But I don't remember what all fully happened with it. If they did get into a relationship or not, I don't remember. Nor do I really care. I didn't think she was bad, but that being said, again, too, like
Yeah,
I thought she was good. I thought it would have been interesting, but wasn't just kind of my cup of tea. But I will say that I felt uh she treated Clark a lot better than Lois did.
yeah. In the beginning, yeah, she warmed up to him though.
Throughout the whole show that I remember, Lois didn't really treat him great.
In the beginning, she didn't really treat him great, but she did eventually. She did eventually start treating him better, and then yeah, everything with Lois happened, and then yeah, but yeah, she treated him better. She treats him nice and everything like that. I wish they would have kept his best friend in a little bit longer than a couple seasons.
Which one?
Forget his name. It's the black dude. The beginning of the series. I wish they would have kept him in a little bit longer. I forget his name. But yeah, I wish he would have
I
kept
think
his.
I know who you're talking about, but at the same time, I'm not
I'm,
100%
I'm
on
trying.
that.
It's been forever since I've seen this show. But yeah, I wish they would have kept him a little bit longer in because I think he would have done cool. I think he could have done some cool things in the Watchtower with them. Maybe have an episode where he gets jealous that he's going out superheroing with other superheroes and he has to stay back or something to that effect.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm drawing a blank on his name. I did like how they added Olsen in the show though.
So now let's talk about the Clark and Lois or Lois and Clark show.
Ooh, yeah, the Dean Cain one. That lasted like
Yep, there
three
was
seasons.
that, and then there was what is the new one that basically showed up after Supergirl?
Yep, Lois and Clark, where they have two sons.
Is that
Um,
I've only seen clips where it's the same guy who showed up in Supergirl because
yeah,
you had Grant Gustin's Flash, whatever her name is, as Supergirl, and then the Superman, the guy who played Superman in her show, did his own show. I don't know if that was the Lois and Clark or what.
yeah. Um, I never really watched the Dean Cain one. My mom really watched that one. I've only really seen like either a couple episodes or clips of it. So that one was never really my Superman. But I think the Lois and Clark one, the newest one, is on HBO Max. I think, but
I don't watch that one.
I've seen clips of it. It looks really good. Looks like they're staying close to it and trying more towards. Excuse me. He has to try to keep his anger. Like it shows that he actually does get angry, whereas in all the other shows he just sits there and he's all like stoic and proud. Where in this one he's shoot me one more time and I'm not going to be a happy camper. And he has to try, and he's teaching his son, one of his sons who gets the powers right away, another one of his sons doesn't, and and it looks pretty interesting. I'll eventually have to check it out. I know one of the characters left and they recasted him, but from what I've seen, they do have the Lois and Clark in that one have really great chemistry.
Okay.
What would you watch that show?
I don't know. I've seen some clips, so it's hard for me to say yes or no.
I know they added Steel.
Noise, noise.
Yeah, he's in that one. He's a character from an alternate universe who married Lois Lane, and they had a daughter.
Hmm.
I saw a couple clips of it. Looked pretty good.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah, I am.
it is about time for us to sign off, people. So remember to always drink your milk.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
That's your closing line, really?
Nope. Stay weird, my friends. Stay fucking weird. You got a closing
I
line?
hope that I no, I'm so befounded by your fucking stupid lines. I'm sorry to the viewers that are listening to this. He's mentally challenged and he can't help it.
No, I'm just fucking odd.
Let's go with that.
Do you have a closing line?
No, I do not, because you just took it out with your stupidity. Now, can we fucking end this already?